a rabbit to eat you. And Democrats control the rabbits. They got mind control chips in the rabbit, and they gonna put them in you too.
Block Report.
The death of Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She passed away at her home.
Block Report.
This may make you feel better, but I really don't care. If an opening comes in the last year of President Trump's term and the primary process is started, we'll wait till the next election. And I've got a pretty good chance of being the jury.
Just be kicking it, y'all show up all late.
You know what I'm saying, right? I'm already half a motherfucking drink into it.
We even know you was here, nigga. You better announce.
You know what I'm saying, right? Don't be walking, dog. I got the 40 on the table, nigga. Don't be walking up my grill, nigga. Real, so straight up.
Been a crazy little week.
Yes, sir. These Republicans about to take over the world. See, they killing us off with the COVID. They're gonna make us sick with the COVID so we can't fight back.
200,000 deaths.
They thought it was gonna be the Democrats. Nigga, I just seen the Trump commercial, my nigga, and he was just straight up lying. You can do that? Yeah. You can do that, dog? Yeah. I didn't know you can do that, dog. I mean, I know they bended the truth.
You know what I'm saying?
I didn't know they straight up lied. Like, I always knew they bended the truth. You know what I'm saying? But this nigga just out there like, the sky's orange. So, you know what I'm saying? A rabbit to eat you. And, Democrats control the rabbits. They got mind control chips in the rabbit, and they gonna put them in you too. So you better be scared.
Just read a book. Just read about it. Okay. So speaking of that, did you see him on the town hall on ABC?
Hell yeah, I seen, nigga. I played that shit, nigga. Fuck are you talking about, bitch? That's what he should have said, nigga. They need to do a black Trump.
You said they need to do a black Trump.
A black Trump, like how he did Black Bush, how Chappelle did Black Bush.
A black Trump.
Because I'm telling you,
they'll never let that happen.
I'm telling you, that nigga would have been like, fuck is you talking about, bitch? Nigga, I played that shit, bitch. Sit your ass down. Sit your ass down. What's up with this bitch? You can ask me a question. Next. Tell you, nigga, black Trump, dog. That's what I be hearing when that nigga be talking, dog. Because he don't be, and nobody question. That's why I hope Biden is mentally prepared for the debates, because he has to go at that nigga.
I don't know if he is, bro.
I don't, dog. I don't.
I don't think.
I wish it was Kamala, because she would fucking eat that nigga alive, dog.
She's gonna demolish Pence.
Eat that nigga, dog.
Demolish Pence, dog. Pence way
yeah, she gonna murder Pence. She gonna murder Pence. But that ain't what everybody voting for.
Right.
Biden need to go out there. He need to attack. And I like that nigga Nee said some shit like he needs to call him Donald.
Right.
Don't call him President Trump.
Yeah.
What Donald is doing is because he like that's gonna get under his skin.
Right.
You know
what
I'm saying?
Is, yeah.
And he's not affording him the respect of the office. But she like, nigga, you ain't earned the respect of the office.
Period.
So I hope he calls him Donald.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
I said that.
And I wouldn't even call him Donald. I'd be calling that nigga Donald.
She should have went at
it. Yeah. They need to go at that nigga, dog. You can't just sit back and, everything is cool and this is our proposals and this is what we gonna do. No. You got to get grimy with that nigga. Listen to what this bitch ass nigga just did to our country. He did this, and that. Nigga, you lying. He need to cut him off as soon as he starts. Nigga, you lying. You lying. Fact check right here on the spot, nigga. This is what really happened. That's a lie. He's lying right now. Look at him. He's lying. He needs to call that nigga out.
Lying.
He needs to call that nigga out. He needs to be on that nigga ass, every time.
But see, I don't know if he's prepared for that because so I'm watching the town hall, right?
I was too.
I wrote down a couple of bullshit comments that he made. So you remember when he was talking about the military?
I think they recorded like 13 in a row or some shit like that. It was ridiculous.
I mean, his comments on the military when he was hauling them and telling them, they're all stupid for being in the military and shit, and
suckers and
and saying, he don't want amputees at the parades because he don't want to look at them.
Them niggas look weird.
He said flat out, and he said it flat. I'm not exaggerating. Quote: "Were never made by me. Fake news." That's what he said. Now, because they always go and interview the supporters, because supporters are super funny to interview anyway.
Yeah, because they're fucking morons.
And they believe it.
Every fucking word, dog.
I've never seen no shit like this in my life. I have never.
Fucking word.
The only thing I can liken to it is I guess this is what people saw in Germany.
It's a cult.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's a cult, bro.
People saw.
Yeah.
I ain't never seen no shit
like exactly what people saw in Germany. Hitler was telling them, blowing hella smoke up their ass.
Duh. Have you you'd have been in a church, right? A black church especially, right?
Yeah. I ain't never been in nothing but a black church.
I know. Well, I have. I've been in quite a few churches actually. But anyway, and everybody, well, not everybody, but there'd be a certain group of people who believe every word this man says, right?
Yeah.
And you look at how, just even back then, I used to look around like, this is crazy. For everybody to be hanging on a man's word is weird. And then you read directly in a book that straight says, don't hang on a man's every word. Don't do that. But then humans continually do it.
Yep.
I never understand that. I will never get that. I just don't understand. Evangelicals. Yeah, man, we love the Lord and we read the Bible, but we do everything that the Bible told us not to do. Everything. Exactly everything.
We hate for no reason. Like I was
racist, come on.
I was just watching a podcast with this white evangelicist who wrote a book called God, what was the name of this book? Oh, The Downfall of the White Christian.
Right.
And it sounds worse than what it is, but what it really is him putting Christianity, and especially white evangelicals, up for the racist practices that they practice.
Right.
Oh, what I'm saying? He goes into how that shit was started in the first place, because before the Civil War and shit, the northern Christians came down there like, hey, y'all can't be promoting slavery.
Right.
Like, this shit's fucked up. Like, being Christians, this is not what we're about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they were basically like, yeah, fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We slave country down here. You know what I'm saying? So they started their own separate Christian religion, and that's where the slaves need to do what their masters say, and all of that shit came into the Bible. You know what I'm saying? That's when they started to use Christianity as a control of the slave. That's when they started preaching Christianity into the slaves.
Right.
Well, they had started doing it before then, but that's when it became, okay, this is our religion now. You know what I'm saying? We don't got nobody else to answer to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So his book was about that and how it's time for a reckoning. Because he was like, when he's older, so he was in like the second grade when they started integrating schools. You know what I'm saying? But he in his church, they weren't talking about it. They weren't saying that this is a good thing that they bring in, they just act like shit didn't happen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? During the Civil Rights Movement, when Martin Luther King was using churches in the South, he never understood, and he didn't get till he got older. Like, well, why is he just using their churches? We got church right here. They can come here and we can help them.
Right.
But
they didn't want that. Nobody.
Yeah, they didn't want that shit here.
Right.
In that white church. You know what I'm saying? They want to go help Martin Luther King. They don't give a fuck what his cause was. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because they still believe and preach racism. And it was crazy because I told you about homeboy Dollamore Daily, the YouTuber podcaster that I listen to and watch.
Yeah.
And well, it was his podcast that I was listening to, and the chick that was on there, her name passes me, but she was just like straight up. She was asking him what the racism was like. You know what I'm saying? Because she's like, I grew up with straight up racist parents. You know what I'm saying? When she was like, when I say racist, I mean we moved from California to Colorado to join the Aryan Nation.
Holy shit!
Like
Wow.
not table racists where they just at dinner, oh, you believe these niggers nowadays? No,
Right.
like
Full
straight up
blown. Yeah.
Harold and Kumar, what have you done to ruin the niggers' day today? Type shit. What have you done today to ruin the niggas' week? What
Oh
have you
shit!
done, nigga?
That was
Bottom
funny.
line, them the type of racists we dealing with, nigga. So I'm like, fuck, because her perspective was deep, you know what I'm saying? Cause she was like, she didn't see nothing wrong with it until she got older. You know what I'm saying? And then she was like, you know, because as a kid, you wouldn't see nothing wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? That's what your parents are teaching you.
Right.
So she like, I grew up like, yeah, you know, she didn't know what she was talking about, but you know, those niggers and you know, boom, 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 because that's the dialogue that her parents taught. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? But once she got old enough to learn for herself, and she like, I started meeting black people and Mexicans and Chinese people and Jewish people, and they were fucking people. Like you know.
Yeah.
So you know, I'm pretty sure she didn't go into it, but I'm pretty sure you know she fucked a few black dudes to get back at daddy. You know.
No.
She showed up to some family functions, a couple Jamals. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God, dog, that's got to be crazy. If she did, and because like dudes, we'll be cool.
Yeah.
We're cool people, right? So
Uh-huh.
probably a dude tried to kick it with her and shit. And she was like, "Yeah, well, listen, I got to tell you about my family. That nigga, ouch, nigga, like,
Oh, you
ah,
know,
hell no, I'm gone.
I'm not dealing with that shit.
Your daddy, what? Man, hell no, hell no, I'm out. Fuck all that.
Nope.
Fuck
I'm
all
not
that.
dealing with that shit.
Hell no. All
But
right, hold
yeah,
on. I'm getting back to the news. I'm just trying to roll this joint right quick.
go ahead.
Okay.
Take a small motherfucking chronic break.
So, all right. So then they had my man. I can't remember my man's name, but anyway, he asked him about George Floyd and Breonna Taylor,
No, yeah.
and he said those were tragic events. I don't believe him. The reason I don't believe him because why is it with all the protests and everything like the one that was right outside the White House? You wanted to call in the motherfucking army to get them motherfuckers
U.S. citizens.
where you can go up there with a Bible and hold it upside down like an alien. This motherfucker held that Bible like an alien, nigga. Like he ain't never saw one. Like how
It's
do I
fucking
hold?
foreign because it's fucking foreign to him. What do he know
How?
about religion, dog?
Nigga had to howl with the Bible, nigga. So hold on. Okay. So okay, now here's the big one. I don't know where my lighter is. Okay, here we go. So anyway, here's the big one. They asked him about COVID, of course, right?
Mm-hmm.
We've done a tremendous drive. You got 200,000 deaths as of right now. We ain't even out of this year.
And you know, it would be different if it was like a few other countries that was at like 130 and 120.
Nah.
But bro, we've got like 100 times more deaths than anybody else.
Yep.
Like our cases, we almost 7 mil.
Yeah, we're in millions.
That shit,
it's actually getting kind of scary now when you think about
because it's not slowing down.
No.
You know what I'm saying? And this nigga's not helping it at all with all these rallies.
And we're not doing nothing really about it.
No.
Because I mean,
we can't afford to do nothing because the Congress won't move their fucking feet and help the people. That's why I say, bro, they using this shit to take over the government. They want us weak and sick.
Yep.
And fucked up so they can be like, all right, now it's time to take the fuck over. They got all the PPE and all the equipment and all the shit and all that. They got control of the shit.
Now,
you know what I'm saying?
Now, I'm watching this, and at the same time, I think that morning or the day before that morning, the CDC director was at Congress, I believe, right? May have been at the
Mm-hmm.
Senate. I don't know. All I did was I watched most of it, but I really watched a lot of clips from it, right?
Right.
And what he basically said was, we will not have even though Trump talking about it, we're gonna have one by the end of this year. He said that we ain't gonna have no vaccine until probably like October next year,
Yeah.
right? Third
Yeah.
quarter,
Third
2021.
quarter. Yeah.
Now Trump asked about this. I think this was before the ABC interview.
Right.
This nigga said straight up, nah, he's got it confused. That's what it was kind of funny though. He was like, nah, he got it
And then
confused.
the
We're ready to
crazy
go.
part is,
We're ready.
he basically was like, yeah, that nigga lied under oath because he was testifying in front of Congress.
Yeah.
So yeah, that nigga don't know what he talking about.
Yeah, he got that mistake, right?
Yeah.
So it was another part that he said in there that was kind of funny. That kind of actually leads into another thing I was going to talk about, right? That in it he says, well, he's talking. He says, maybe he doesn't deal with the military, because they was asking him basically like, well, how the fuck are you planning on it when you get the vaccine to mass spread it, right? He said, well, basically he doesn't deal with the military like I do. And that was a funny choice of words to say there, right? So I'm watching all of these little commentary shows and shit like that, and they're talking about the whole thing, but nobody's asking a question about why the fuck did he say that?
Yeah. Why the military?
What is
You're
the
gonna
military
use the military?
But then when you start thinking back to like movies like Quarantine and shit, you know what I'm saying? You start understanding like, oh yeah, I get what you're gonna do. Okay, yeah. Everybody got a report, huh? Once again, remember most of it, and I always say this, I've been saying this for a couple of block reports now. The same people who said watch out for it are now the people who are backing it.
Yep.
Because this is the exact shit of a new world order happening. And if you don't see it, right there.
It's because it's they people doing it. It's why they like, oh, cool, we cool with that.
But I see, the reason I say that is because I see a lot of people get mixed up with it, though. You know what I'm saying? I see some black folks get mixed up with it. Talking about, oh, well, you know what I mean? You know, you kind of touched on it not too long ago when you was like, a lot of people not liking the Democratic ticket.
Yeah.
And I don't like the Democratic ticket, really. I told you why, though.
Yeah, I don't really care for Joe. I don't really care for Joe. But I'm going to vote for Joe.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to vote for Joe. But it has nothing to do with, that Joe may be child touching. And, you know what I mean? And it has nothing to do with that. But I see I see that being, when I look on YouTube and shit like that, I see a lot of black people talking about that type of shit now. And I'm telling y'all that y'all are getting caught up in basically
what they want you to.
Yeah. White people, I'm just being real, white people conspiracy theories to get you to think a certain way. I may even go so far as saying Russian, but it may not even have to be Russian, because this is conspiracy theories that they've been kicking a long time.
Right.
They just been putting a new face on it every time we come up for something. This person's child touching. That person's child touching. See what I'm saying? So don't get caught up in that, y'all, because we need to vote for Joe.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Until they got video of that nigga child touching, I gotta find. You gotta have some proof. You gotta have some Epstein proof. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going for Joe. And on top of that, you always got to think who would be the better. Trump is
even then, I'm voting for that nigga, and then we can impeach him when he get in office.
Period. That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Who's easier to fight? Who's easier to
You know what I'm saying?
Him? Okay, yeah, get him out.
Yeah, get him out.
Then we got what? We got Kamala, president.
Right? Black chick. in there with the head rolls.
Coming out the plane with the chucks on, nigga.
Right.
Hitting the step to the side like an old black person got to do when we still trying to be quick on them steps, nigga. Because you see
Even
how she hit
though,
them steps? She hit them steps like tap, 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 tap.
mm-hmm.
She was stepping. All right. So,
Man,
what
hold
up?
on. I gotta take a small break.
What's up?
Because I see some shit on YouTube today that offended my motherfucking soul.
Oh,
All right.
damn. Okay.
I'm
What happened?
chilling. Me and my babe. Well, I got the YouTube TV, right? We did the little subscription so she can watch the Raider game and shit, right? Because they're in Vegas now.
Okay.
Um, but they play this Popeyes commercial, right? And it's for the motherfucking chicken sandwich, my dog. And it's these old black people, and they like, dude, I felt so fucking offended, dog. Like,
No, can I ask you a question? Have you had one
what?
of them?
Nah,
One of them
I
things
ate
that
Popeyes earlier. I ain't fucking with that chicken sandwich.
you ain't had a sandwich? I was glad 'cause I ain't had one of them bitches.
I'm straight, you know. I don't do the fast.
Bitch, just bring me my motherfucking money. Get my 4 chicken sandwich. You figure it out. I drag that bitch from back there. The fuck you think you talking to, hoe? Bitch, I stay out here waiting on you bitch to get out work and tag your ass. I will. What time you get out? What time you get out? Bitch, while I'm out here.
I
My
don't
babe
know.
mad at me now. I probably ain't gonna get none.
That's wrong. That's wrong. He just brought up a story. That's messed up.
Yeah, she ain't feeling that shit, though.
Yeah, that's how it is. You can tell her.
Block Report.
He's about 6'5". I'm 5'2". I ain't no big guy, right? But I'm dying. Watch this. You watch this, all right?
Next, the passing of Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Oh, man.
That was messed
Scary
up.
times.
Messed up.
Wish she could have held on for another 2 months.
Oh, I think she wanted to hold on for another 2 months.
She even made her last request was to wait until the election. Was her last request, and Trump just like, fuck you, old lady.
And I knew that was gonna happen. When I heard it, I was like, "Oh, this is so bad." They're about to rush that shit. Now, hold on. I want to get on the many things. That's just a loaded subject, period. But first,
Yeah.
at least I want to, okay. So she was 87 years old, right?
Right.
She was on the bench for 25 years.
Well,
A long time to be on the Supreme Court, bro. Right? So she's only the second woman. She was the second woman. I just thought that was dope. Like, damn. Who was the? Hey, do you know who's the first? This is a little history question. Do you know who's the first woman to serve on the court?
No, I don't.
Sandra Day O'Connor.
Really?
Yeah. Now, mind you, what's funny is I know the name, but didn't know that's where that name came from, right? That's why I asked you. Like, do you know who was the first? Nigga, Sandra Day O'Connor. Do you know that? No, I didn't, but did you know the name? Of course you did. Why? I think it was in a movie or something.
Right, because
It's
she
in
was
there.
the first woman Supreme Court. That's why you know the name.
Right.
You probably learned it in school like 10 times.
Right. Like, okay, that's in there. I'm like, I know the name, didn't know that. So, but she said some dope shit. Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She said some dope shit. She had many quotes, but I just thought this was dope. And mind you, remember she was in the minority, liberal on the Supreme Court. So she always wrote a lot of dissent papers because there was a lot of decisions made when she had dissent. And she said something that was dope to me. She said, "Dissent speaks to the future." Right?
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't really understand it. So I looked it up, and then it went on to explain it. And the explanation of it is that since basically it was a conservative ruling, most of the time she had to write a dissent, right?
Mm-hmm.
That she felt that what she was doing as a liberal on the court would only be understood and took in the future because we
Right.
wasn't ready. See what I'm saying? So she like it dissent spoke to the future that
Right.
we eventually will get to that point where basically these racist old jackasses over here, you know what I'm saying, to be cool with people just pretty much doing what they want and not being, I guess, judged,
Right.
which is funny because they always kick, freedom and you know what I'm saying, and do what you want and shit, but it's not really when you look at it.
No, it's not.
It's more of a y'all
It's
do
do
what
what
y'all
you
want.
want in this category of shit we gonna let you do.
Right. Now I'm not saying liberals got it all right. I think it's gonna get a little wild if we had a whole liberal court. I think it's gonna get a little wild, But
But I feel like fuck it. I'm ready for it.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? What's to happen? What's the worst that's gonna happen? Shit gonna get shook up like a motherfucker. Ain't that what the white folks put Trump in for?
the
For them
same
to
thing.
shake shit up.
Yeah,
And he just shook shit up for the worse again.
yeah.
He made the rich people richer. I think it's time we have some motherfuckers in office that's gonna equal the playing field a little bit.
That's what I've been saying. That's why I don't like
You know what I'm saying?
That's why I really don't like the ticket because I feel like,
He's
well,
too
they went
conservative.
extreme. They went extreme.
Yeah.
Why can't we go extreme? You see
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Fuck all that. I want a motherfucker out there. They're like, man, please. Okay, listen, every
I want that Andrew Yang nigga.
flat out.
That's who I wanted. For real, for real.
No,
I would have voted for Yang.
no, I like that.
And Yang would have kicked Trump ass in the debates too.
Didn't he have like a universal income? He had some type of dope
Yeah,
idea.
$1,000 a month.
Yeah, he had
$1,000 a
some
month.
dope-ass idea. I was like,
Universal income for everybody.
yeah. I was like,
You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? On top of what you make, that evens the playing field. Everybody's good.
because that's your household. That's your most
Yeah.
likely your rent and your food. See what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Everything else you got is your.
It's you just putting
One-
it back into the economy.
Right. Period.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody can go get a new car. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? Oh, it ain't shit. Oh, we need a new crib. Let's go get a new crib.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Stimulate
regardless
like
of the
a
fact,
motherfucker.
regardless of the fact, you have $1,000 every month coming. You know what I'm saying? So even if you only make at yourself, you only make like $800 because you work in a bullshit minimum wage as $8 hour job.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That extra $1,000 you can actually afford to live. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? You can pay your rent. You don't even really have to be on welfare.
No.
You
There
know
is
what
no
I'm saying?
welfare if you had $1,000.
Yeah.
In my opinion, why you need welfare
Yeah.
if you had $1,000 a month?
Yeah, because as a married couple, that's $2,000 a month.
Period.
You know
If
what I'm
both y'all
saying?
working, y'all are good.
Yeah. Y'all getting $3,500 a month.
Yeah, y'all staying in the
If
nice
y'all
house,
working part-time.
everything. Y'all got tons of time.
You know what
with
I'm
the kids,
saying?
Everything.
That just makes life better for the lower and middle class. And for some reason they don't want that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They need their knees on our necks.
What's funny to me, and I've always said this, is that somewhere, somebody rich pulled a good ass job. This done a long time ago.
Yeah.
Because I said to myself, like, it's not really the rich people and it's not really the poor people. It's the people in between who fight to keep the rich rich.
Yeah. Like right now, it's the politicians. I'm gonna hip you with some shit, dog. When they write these bills, do you know who write the bills for them?
Oh, the companies and shit like that. Hell yeah.
Yeah, the special
interest.
interests.
There you go. Yeah.
They come in and write their shit, and then they throw their little back doors in there.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That shit is mind bending to me, dog.
Yep.
That's even allowed. You know what I'm saying? So basically, nigga, I need to holler at them. Let me write a bill.
Yeah.
You know
I got
what
a
I'm
couple
saying?
bills I won't pass.
I'll write that. I'll write that bill for you. Holler at me, McConnell. I got you, nigga.
No.
I write the sleaziest shit y'all need, my nigga. Because I know y'all niggas grimy. filthy ass motherfuckers.
All right, so listen. Now, all right, so Ruth Bader Ginsburg, she's gone.
Right.
Okay. So now, at this point, we're really shitty. And it's only 9 Supreme Court justices. Okay. Now, at the moment, we were standing at a good 6-3 with like a 1 or a 2 who have crossed the boundaries. My man's John Roberts, who really don't cross the boundaries, but he don't like Trump. Or he comes off like he don't like Trump. He's a Republican though, but him and Trump got into it. Right. And to me, most of the time when Trump get into it with somebody, he kind of rub them the wrong way because he kind of hit below the belt. He's talking about shit that ain't got shit to do with shit and want to insult you and shit, right? So he may, but anyway, we standing a good 6-3, right?
Mm-hmm.
Man, if they get another justice, that's a 7-2. That's nigga, that's like a reverse
That's
on
it.
everything. That's a reverse
That's
on
it.
everything.
That's it. It's over. Obamacare, insurance, gone.
Gone.
Women's rights, gone. Civil rights, gone. Anything that's got to do with the environment, gone. Fucking forget about it.
Forget about that shit. It's gonna be. It's so we really can't let this happen. You know what I mean? And what's even worse is, okay, so since you want to bring up McConnell and shit, so now this is the next portion of this shit that's crazy. So once again, the Republicans, the evangelicals back to Republicans, so I always put them two together.
Always.
Because Republicans,
racist. It's all the racism.
But if you listen to Republicans when they speak, they always talking that in God and country and da 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 da. It's always some type, of eagle and some like. Did you? All right. So one of the things I learned, I don't know, when you research like a lot of the occult and shit like that, right? One of the things that you learn is like, okay, so when you see a lot of light, like bright light in some like type of what is it called, commercials or something like that, right? If you depending on the type of commercial you're looking at, that's supposed to be like a sign from God, or you get what I'm saying? That light pouring in, right? So that's what I mean. Like you always see some type of American flag and an eagle with some light pouring in and shit, right? Like, oh yeah, you're just ordained by God, right? Okay, cool. So 4 years ago, Obama's about to get out of office. He nominates Merrick Garland, right? I never forget that day because I didn't know what the fuck that was. I didn't know what it was. I was like, it was like, well, he's nominated Merrick Garland. I was like, who? What?
What is Merrick Garland?
What is that? And then they showed him. I was like, oh, it's a person. Well, motherfucker. Who named you that? Right? It's like seeing a Boom Chica, Sanquita, or some crazy shit, right? Okay. So, right. So, Mitch McConnell. No, we ain't gonna confirm no Supreme Court judge this close to an election. What was it? 4 months out, 6 months out, something like that?
10 months out.
10 months. I'm sorry. Excuse me. 10 months out.
10 months out.
10 months out.
Mm-hmm.
What are we now?
What, 40-something days away?
And they're about to rush through one. Right? Now, I want to get on to, Mr. Lindsey Graham.
Oh, yes.
So,
that piece of fucking shit.
And let me tell you why this guy's a piece of fucking shit. And I can't even.
Oh, because he sold out his best friend?
What? No.
Oh, it's not because he sold out his best friend, the War Girl?
Yeah, it is.
That's why I call him
exactly
shit.
Actually.
That's why I do it.
Let me show you what reinforces it. So 4 years ago, he's on, I can't remember what show, but he was on some show, and he said,
"This may make you feel better, but I really don't care. If an opening comes in the last year of President Trump's term and the primary process is started, we'll wait to the next election. And I've got a pretty good chance of being the judiciary."
You're on the record.
Yeah.
All right.
Hold the tape.
Now, Has anybody ever heard of karma? Anybody up there has ever heard of karma? Because once again, these are the people who Bible thump all day long. And you can't see, in my opinion, what's a direct thing from God. Because it played out 4 years later. The same exact thing.
Now here is my thing. And I posed this question to all my Republican friends.
Okay.
If this man, you have video evidence of this man putting his word, and if there's one thing my daddy taught me, a man ain't shit without his word. He put his word as a man. Fuck as a Republican, fuck as a politician, you gave your word as a man. As other men who feel that they are honorable, how can you follow a man with no honor? They can go back on his word because it fits his narrative now.
But
how can you follow that? How can you vote for that?
I really believe they can, though, because as I remember, if I believe they re-voted, they voted back in time. What's his name? Cruz? Ted Cruz?
Ted Cruz, yeah.
And Ted Cruz, I couldn't even believe you turned around to kiss Trump ass after what Trump said about that. There would be
I don't get angry often. But you mess with my wife, you mess with my kids, that'll do it every time. Donald, you're a sniveling coward, and leave Heidi the hell alone.
There would be no way that we could be cool. There's none.
There's no way we could even be in the same room, bro.
I'd be all over your ass thinking about my wife.
Hi, this is Ted Cruz calling. I was calling to encourage you to come out and vote on Election Day. This election is critical for the direction of our country, and I urge you to come out and support freedom and the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. You can vote by absentee ballot, and if you need help getting an application for an absentee ballot, the Republican Party of Texas can help you with that. Or you can vote in person, but I just wanted to encourage you to come out and vote. Thank you, and God bless you.
What party we in, but I'm still about it. I hate a nigga and all of that, but I'm gonna whoop
and then
ass.
They talk that shit like, nigga, them motherfuckers need to start scooping down to his level. You know what I'm saying? Because how can you let a nigga that look like that clown on you?
What is going on?
I'm telling you, I went until we was doing like some live shit, and I just started roasting that nigga. You old orange face hair ass nigga. You old clown ass suit wearing ass nigga. You old orange skin, peeling face, peach skin ass nigga.
Do you think you gonna turn all red and shit like my man?
No, you know what I'm saying? I make sure there's plenty of cameras so everybody get it. Nigga, fuck you and this whole ass job, nigga. Mic drop and then I'm leaving. That's how I'm quitting, nigga.
Okay.
So, guarantee,
nigga.
you go be on CNN the next night, nigga, as a correspondent. With a job, nigga. Guaranteed, nigga.
Yeah, I had to say what I had to say to you. You will. Anybody to do that. You got it.
Everybody gonna want to know why. Why did you do it? Why did you feel like you had to embarrass the president like that?
I didn't embarrass the president. I told the truth.
Right?
He was embarrassed because he just happened to be all those things.
Right.
BlockReport.